Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for taking time to this interview.
Oh, absolutely. So happy to start doing these interviews because since the lockdown, things have been kind of slow, and I'm happy to get back in the action.
Oh, I can totally imagine. And what a way to get back into the action with this new album, Unconquered. Coming out September 25th through Nuclear Blast. I've only gotten the album yesterday, but I've been able to give it about 2 spins now, and I just love what you guys are doing this time around. I mean, I loved what you guys did with Meditations, but I mean, the fact that you guys actually started off with a great little intro that just kind of like, you think it's building up, and then all of a sudden that Northern Hyperblast is back, and it's such a great way to be able to start off the album, and then all the way through, it's just like, it sounds like classic Kataklysm, but there's so much new stuff to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like the best stuff from the past, but there's so much new elements to it that we never even touched before that makes it this like super exciting release, at least for me, and from our point of view, we're really happy with the experimentation we did, and like the tones and the new flavors we came up with. And I think it's nice that the reaction we are getting from the fans for the new single, The Kill Shot, and I can't wait for this album to get released, because it's actually been finished since December. I think last year we finished the mixes, so it's been sitting, and I'm so excited that it's finally getting a release date. The record label wanted to push it to next year because of what's happening now, and because they thought it was a better time frame to release it. But we Kataklysm as a band, we kind of like to uplift people when they're down, and we wanted to push it through like this year, and we pushed really hard for that. So I'm happy that it's working.
Oh, and I'm very happy for that too. And I was going to say, during these times, it's just like, people are sitting at home. People aren't able to live their lives. People aren't able to go to shows. They're not able to appreciate the things that they were able to do last year. So when you are able to check out new music from bands that you love and that you care about, it's always a great thing. And, this album with Unconquered, I mean, it hits so many different directions, musically and thematically of what's going on. I mean, it just like, it really fits everything that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, like it's weird because we did this before all of this started, like way before, and it's kind of like it's really connecting to this new situation we're all living. So we're like, wow, like it's really the perfect time to release this, because I think people need something like this right now. Like, people are angry, they're pissed off, they can't do what they usually normally do, or they're stuck at home, or like it's perfect time to release new music and have people like react to it in different ways.
Oh, very much so. And yeah, kind of like we talked about, I mean, it's like it's hinting back to some of the best material that you guys have done in the past, and you're able to incorporate so many great new moments and things that are going on within the band now. And the first thing that immediately caught my ears is I noticed that you added a couple strings to the guitar to be able to get some more lower notes going on.
Yeah, that's something I kind of wanted to do for quite a while now and experiment with that, but I guess like as a band we felt that we wanted to keep the classic way of doing things, and then we finally decided to just say fuck it and let's bring in some new elements. And I think for me as a guitar player, like having the 7th string extra, it just opens up a whole new world, and it's so cool because it's like just more guitar to play. And now when I go back to my 6th string, I'm like, it's missing something. It's missing that whole extra lower end of things, and I totally like. I love how it sounds with the 7, and I wouldn't be surprised. I try 8 strings now shortly.
Oh yeah, and it's great to be able to hear that little more element too, because when I listen back to it and I really pay attention to what's going on with the production, it's just like I love being able to hear that low end between the bass and the guitar. I mean, there's so much that's going on there, and just that one string just feels like it adds so much to the production value of the music.
Yeah, it does. It was quite a struggle at first to make it work, to be honest, because if you have we're tuned way low on this new album, and if you're dealing with that type of tuning, what happens is sometimes it becomes messy in the lower end section. So you really have to find like the right specific kind of tone that works between the bass and the guitars, because it can really get busy down there. But we managed to find a way, and it's working great for us, and also, like the mixer that worked on the record, Colin Richardson, he was a big part of that and crafting that sound that we're using on this new album.
Oh yeah, and with that in mind, I mean, especially when we were able to talk last time, being able to talk about meditations, I noticed you're back at the helm when it comes to production again. Yeah,
I mean, it's what I've been doing all of these years. I just as part of the way I interact with our music, because at first there's a creation process and then the recording process, and I feel like Kataklysm is almost like it's almost like a better band live than it is on album. And just because we have that special energy that we have, that we share with the fans, and the chemistry we have on stage, and we always work so hard to try to recapture that and put it on a CD. And I feel like with all the years I've been doing this with the band and we're working together to record albums, I feel we kind of found a recipe that works to do this. So, and we're not afraid to push limits, and we're not afraid to try new things. And we always work like 200% every member of the band to get that energy and capture those moments of those songs. And I think for me it was just natural. It was a natural start, but now it's like becoming a natural progression. And the other guys, they love to work with me as a producer engineer, and we have a certain understanding on how to do things, and I know how to push them without being overboard and without like hurting anybody's feelings. And we just like, sometimes I'm mean with the guys, but like they know it's me, and I don't mean it in a personal way, and we just push through and we get the best recordings we can throughout that process.
Oh yeah, and I can hear that throughout the album too. I mean, it feels like everyone in the band is pushing themselves on this album, and it's really great to hear that.
Yeah, it's everyone. Like, I don't know if it's like we had such a good campaign for the meditation record, and we did so many tours, and everything kind of went well and according to plan, and we were like, man, let's just keep pushing and riding that wave. But then when we started writing songs, it was mostly me and Mauricio at first. We kind of started this kind of newer direction with the songs, and me coming in with the 7th string, and we really connected like we used to in the past, because like some of the heavy albums we did in the past was written mostly between me and Mauricio, and we kind of went that direction for this new album. So it's a me and him kind of songwriting. We have that chemistry, that certain magic that works, and the other guys all came on board, and we just created this monster that works really well, like together, all the elements.
Oh, it really does. I mean, just like being able to hit so many classic styles that are going on here, and being able to incorporate things like the 7th string, and being able to hear the gravity blasts again. I mean, there's so many great things that are going on. And, it's funny because I love the classic moments of Kataklysm so much, but honestly, with a few listens, my favorite song off the album is the one that sounds the most different, with Icarus Falling.
Yeah. That started with like a melody that we were in Mauricio's basement in Chicago, and I flew over to him to kind of start working and putting some ideas together, and he was humming this melody at the beginning of the track, and I was trying to play it on the guitar. I said, man, that would be so much better on on a dark classical piano kind of thing. So I jumped on that, and we put it together on the piano sampler, and it sounded perfect. So we developed this whole track that goes with it, and it was such an odd track for Kataklysm that we weren't sure if we should put it on the record. But then looking at all the songs were shipping up, it fit perfect on it, and I think it's a great way to see like the experimentation like working for us, and adding some new textures to the sound, and it's really a cool track, and Mauricio did a fantastic job on the vocals as well.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, and I really love it when a band is able to go out beyond what they think the band should be able to do, and then when they look back at the song, they realize it's a song they really should put on the record, and I think Icarus Falling is such a great example of that, and yeah, I can say that throughout the entire album too, because there's so many great moments that you can hear on there, and you know, just with Icarus Falling, it's that song right before the end, and then when it goes into When It's Over, I mean, it just feels like everything comes together for a great closer.
Yeah, I think it's we were thinking maybe adding an extra track to make it a 10-song record, but we were like, man, this ends perfect, everything's perfect, like just not mess with it, like that's the record, and we were so sure of it, and we just went for it. And I think nine songs, and it lasts I think we're close to a good 40 minutes of music, which is normally what we put out as Kataklysm, and we felt like the album was complete, doesn't need more, it's perfect like that. Every song has a reason of being there, and has its place in the whole puzzle and the big picture, and I'm very stoked about it, and I just wish it would come out now and not wait another 2 months.
Oh, I totally know the feeling too, because when I was checking this album out, it's just like, oh, there's so many songs I want to be able to show off and talk about and play, and it's like, oh right, there's an embargo that's still going on, that's still coming out at the end of September.
There's a music business thing and a way they do things, so I guess we have to follow that order.
Oh, totally. And you know, another great thing that I love about this album, I mean, when you look back at the previous album, Meditation, you're able to see such a great album cover that you guys were able to do, and now this time around, when you guys do this with Unconquered, I mean, it's such a basic background, but I love what's going on in the foreground of the album cover, and it just fits so perfectly with what's going on. Yeah,
we wanted to bring that mascot back, because we used to have him on some of the older records.
Oh yeah,
and we were talking about it, and we said, like, why not bring the beast back for this new artwork? But then we were talking about who should we use to do the artwork, and then we were looking at a few different artists and album covers, and then we found this guy that he's the guy that does usually all the In Flames artwork, and we thought, like, man, maybe that guy can reproduce the beast, because he has like a way of our special art, and like the way he mixes color together and the way he builds characters. We're like, man, that's right, that guy, and he came back and totally nailed it. And at first he was like sending us ideas with a black, darker background, and then out of nowhere it was like, guys, check this out. And he took everything he had on the cover and just put the beast itself on a white background, and we're like, holy shit, yeah, that's it, that's the cover.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works too, because, you know, with so many album covers, you're used to everything being so dark and using darker colors, maybe sometimes using brighter covers brighter colors to be able to accentuate some things, but sometimes
it stands out. Sometimes you do something different, and it doesn't mean different is always, like, sometimes different is just different, but if you can manage to do something different that's actually great, then why not? Let's go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, with that in mind, I mean, being able to bring the Beast back, being able to do something different with a white background on the album cover, I mean, it does kind of show off, just like visually what's going on with the band. I mean, being able to bring something classic, but also bringing something new to the table as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, we push ourselves, and we want our supporters and our fans to know that we really appreciate, I guess, what we do as a career. We really love what we do, and we don't take it for granted. We just, like, at the age we're at, and at the where we're at in our career, like so many albums later, and playing like underground, like kind of metal. We're lucky to be where we're at, and we realize that, and we just, it's a way for us to kind of thank our supporter, and also at the same time being still relevant as artists in this world, and just push yourself, because I mean, that's what we do. I guess I'm the type of guy that I like to push myself as much as I can in life in general, at anything I do, no matter what it is. And I feel like the music is also a way to do that. And there's always ways to make things a little different or a little better, or there's always room for improvement. So I guess I'm glad that we're all connecting in this band, and want it so much, and push everything to the next level.
Oh, again, it's so great to hear that, and knowing that Fire the Band is still going, and you want to be able to push yourselves with every record. I mean, it's so great to be able to hear that with as long that you guys have been in music, and the fact that you guys are 14 albums deep into the career of the band, and just knowing that you want to be able to progress further and further with every album.
Yeah, it's like we want to progress without turning our backs completely on how we started as a band, and so we don't want to say like, I fucked the past, it's crap, like we want to do something completely different. It's not the point. It's just really to push ourselves to do the best possible thing we can. And sometimes, like, you start working on things and that magic happens. And like when we've ended up after the finishing this album, we felt like, man, like it was almost sad to stop. We kind of wanted to keep going, because like the magic was there. So we can't wait to start writing more music and keep that progress going.
Oh, absolutely. And, during these times, it's unprecedented what's going on in the world right now, with us mainly being able to have to sit at home and wait things out that's going on right now. During these times, like, have you had like any motivation to be able to write riffs or come up with ideas?
Yeah, because again, like it's kind of we cannot tour, we cannot go out on the road right now. It's impossible, and I don't see it happen for quite a while, to be honest. And so the only thing left to do is to practice better yourself at your instrument, and just spend time writing and working on music. And I run my little recording studio here in Texas, and I keep getting more and more clients, because right now that's what everybody's doing. Like every artist out there is working on new music. So I was a bit scared about maybe not being able to pay my bills for a while, because at some point, like most of our revenue as a band comes from the live, and but it's going great for me. I'm working every week. I got new projects coming in, and I'm working with tons of talented artists, and I'm able to keep going this way. I'm paying my bills, and things are pretty decent. So at the same time, I have enough free time to work on new music and keep writing. Like right now, we're writing a new X0 record, and we're hoping to record by the end of the summer, probably, if we're able to travel and do things. Otherwise, we'll find other ways to get this done. But that's the plan right now. But it's you have to readapt and keep going, because otherwise you just get stuck in a rut, and you get depressed and super negative. And I try to avoid that. I try to be positive and just keep going and do what I do. And that's my take on things, and things will get better. It's just gonna have to take a bit of time before it does.
Oh, for sure. And, just everything that you were listing right there, it's got me so excited. I mean, between all the bands that you're working with for production, the fact that there's going to be work on a new XDO album, which has got me so excited, and, everything to look forward to in the future, with 2021, possibly 2022, getting back into the things.
It's gonna be an avalanche of music in 2021, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And, and when things get back to some kind of normalcy, I mean, being able to see you guys live again. I mean, it's been quite a while since I've been able to see you guys, and I know once you're able to support this album, or whatever happens in the future, just being able to hear these songs live and whatever you guys do in the future, it's just going to be able to be great to be able to see you guys live.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go back on the stage. I mean, sometimes it's something you kind of take for granted because that's what you do. Like, we're always touring, and we're a touring machine band, but when you can't do what you do, it's like that moment you realize how much you love it and how much you miss it. And it's I think it's going to be a special thing whenever we go back to stage for us as a band, but for the fans as well that are going to witness that experience and be there with us. And I think I can't wait. I hope the sooner the better.
Oh, absolutely. And, I think with that, that's an amazing note to end on. And thank you so very much for taking this time to be able to talk to me once again about everything that's going on in your world right now. And, of course, the new album from Kataklysm, Unconquered, coming out September 25th through Nuclear Blast. I love this album from start to finish. It's easily one of my favorite albums of the year, and I've only been able to spin it a couple times. I just know with repeated listens, I'm going to be able to find so much more to appreciate about this album, and it's just going to rank higher and higher for me when it comes at the end of the year. And it's just awesome to see that this album did eventually come out in 2020, and we're able to sit here and talk about everything that's going on in your world right now.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you for those great comments. I mean, I'm really proud and happy about what we've done as a band and what we achieved. But like, when I hear that people are kind of that people's comments are in line with what we think, it's so great to hear. So thank you so much.